There's a city out in the desert, scorched by sun, bathed in neon, and haunted by silence. Red Rock, it looks alive, buzzing with AI drones, sleek sedans, and corporate banners fluttering over glass towers. But make no mistake, this city isn't breathing. It's watching. You wake up as Jacob Diaz. No past, just flashes, gunfire, sand, a name whispered through static. And one brutal question eating at your mind like rust on steel. What the hell happened to me? This isn't your average open-world sandbox with chaos for fun baked into its bones. This is a tightly wound thriller, where every corridor feels like a trap and every smile hides a surveillance node. You're not just playing an action game, you're crawling through a digital ghost story dressed up as a shooter. Built by the mind behind Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption, MindsEye doesn't beg for nostalgia, it weaponizes it. It dares to ask, what if you couldn't trust your memories? And worse, what if someone else could rewrite them? This is the prologue to something darker, sharper, and infinitely more personal than GTA ever was. You're not chasing fortune anymore. You're chasing fragments of yourself, and someone out there doesn't want you to find them. To understand MindsEye, you have to understand the man who made it possible and the legacy he walked away from. Leslie Benzies. A name whispered in gaming circles like some kind of mythic architect. The mind behind the mayhem of Grand Theft. Auto V, the heartbeat beneath Red Dead Redemption. For over a decade, he helped sculpt the wildest, most chaotic open worlds we've ever driven through, shot up, or gotten lost in. But then, he vanished. Walked away from Rockstar. Walked away from the empire he helped build. Now he's back, but not for a sequel, not for a nostalgia trip. He formed a new studio in Edinburgh, Build a Rocket Boy, with a mission that feels more personal, more rebellious. This isn't just a new IP, it's a creative exorcism. MindsEye is the studio's first shot. And while you'll feel echoes of Rockstar's DNA, the crime-ridden streets, the biting satire, the chaotic shootouts, it's not trying to be GTA. In fact, it's trying hard not to be. This is about control, about memory, about fighting systems. Too big to punch through, and maybe, just maybe, about Leslie proving he was more than just the man behind the curtain. He was the curtain all along. You are Jacob Diaz, a man with a military past, a haunted mind, and something foreign wired into his skull. The chip is called MindsEye, and it doesn't just record memories. It fractures them. It replays things you never remember doing. Missions gone wrong, faces twisted in fear. A war that may have never ended, at least not in your head. Your journey takes you to Red Rock, a sun-bleached mirage of progress built on lies. Towering tech giants control everything from the power grid to the police force, who, by the way, are robots now. Enforcers with no mercy protocols. Artificial judgment, cold as the sand beneath your boots. Red Rock pretends to be thriving. Slick highways, shimmering towers, coffee shops run by smiling androids. But look closer, and you'll see the cracks. Surveillance drones buzz like wasps. Citizens whisper but never shout. There's a fear here. Systemic, engineered, invisible. This isn't just a dystopia for show. It's a living lie, one you're forced to navigate. And as Jacob digs deeper into his past, uncovering the origin of his neural implant and the people behind it, the city begins to twist. What if the only truth left is the lie they implanted in your brain, and worse, what if you believed it? This isn't your typical spray and pray shooter. MindsEye plays like a tactical fever dream. Part cover shooter, part stealth thriller, all wrapped in a layer of near-future paranoia. Combat is grounded, heavy, and demanding. Every bullet matters. Every corner hides a threat. And the city? It's your weapon, if you're clever enough to use it. Jacob Diaz isn't just another trigger-happy anti-hero. He's a former elite soldier, and it shows. You can vault ledges, flank enemies, through alleyways or go full stealth, hacking surveillance cameras, disabling sentry drones, slipping through shadows. Verticality matters. Vantage points can turn a doomed encounter into a clean sweep if you plan your moves like a ghost with a grudge. Weapons range from gritty and grounded, pistols, shotguns, assault rifles, to experimental tech with Cyberpunk. Flair. Prototype rifles, neural disruptors, and smart targeting gadgets push the combat into futuristic territory. And then there's your drone, a hovering tactical assistant you can deploy mid-fight for scanning, support, or chaos. But don't get too comfortable. Enemies, while visually diverse, have a bad habit of rushing headfirst into gunfire like disposable extras. AI behavior may not always match the game's ambition, at least not yet. Still, every firefight feels cinematic, explosive, personal. Like Jacob isn't just surviving, he's remembering how to fight. Red Rock isn't a sandbox. It's a stage, lit by neon, framed by propaganda, and rigged with landmines of ideology. At first glance, it looks like a sprawling open world. Multiple districts, clashing factions, hidden alleyways, but beneath, that illusion is a linear, tightly guided experience. And in MindsEye, that's by design. You're not here to wander, you're here to unravel. Missions follow a cinematic arc, each one paced like a set piece, with rising tension, dramatic, reveals and explosive conclusions. There's no fluff, no fetch quests or meaningless distractions. It's all story-driven, moment to moment, like an HBO thriller dressed in cyberpunk armor. Still, Red Rock invites exploration. Environmental storytelling is everywhere. A resistance, flyer half-burned in an alley, a hacked robot blinking out distress code, a citizen frozen by fear as a drone scans their face. Factions breathe beneath the surface. Corporate zealots, underground rebels, mercenary outfits, and while they don't offer full-blown RPG branching, they flavor the world with constant tension. Then there's Arcadia, a player-generated content mode, PC only at launch, that lets you create your own encounters within Red Rock. It's not the main draw, but it hints at long-term depth. Just don't mistake freedom for safety. In MindsEye, even your choices feel watched. From the moment MindsEye boots up, you'll know this isn't your average indie debut. It's cinematic, slick, and aiming for prestige TV levels of polish. Build a Rocket Boy has poured its soul into presentation, and it shows. Character. Animations are startlingly human. Eyes dart with intent, faces contort with real emotion, and body language tells stories dialogue never touches. Cutscenes bleed seamlessly into gameplay, not just in look, but in tone. This is a game that wants to feel like a movie, and it nails that ambition surprisingly often. Visually, Red Rock is a contradiction, sun-bleached but cold, hyper-futuristic yet eerily barren. It's not about photorealism, it's about mood. Light slices through smog, neon flickers with static, and every shadow feels like it's hiding a truth. The main campaign? About 15 hours. That may feel short in a world of 100-hour RPGs, but here, brevity is a weapon. No bloat, no downtime. Just a steady escalation toward truth, trauma, and whatever twist lies at the end of Jacob's fractured memory. Performance-wise, it's a mixed bag. Early reports suggest bugs, some immersion breaking, but hopefully, those get squashed by launch. And on PC, the specs are no joke. RTX 4070 recommended for max fidelity. Bottom line, it looks and feels premium, but your rig better be ready. MindsEye isn't here to dethrone GTA. It's here to do something riskier. Look it in the eye and walk in the opposite direction. It trades chaotic freedom for focused intensity. It ditches satire for sincerity, and it swaps sprawling, system-driven worlds for a story that bleeds. This is a game made by a man with something to prove, and it shows. The DNA of Rockstar is still there, stitched into the combat, the character swagger, the cinematic flow. But MindsEye feels more personal, more haunted. Like Leslie Benzies isn't just building a new game, he's exercising a memory of what 8AA storytelling could have been. Yes, it's got bugs. The AI isn't always sharp, the driving's stiff, and 15 hours might not sound like much on paper. But if you've ever wanted a cyber noir journey laced with real emotion, where every shot echoes trauma and every silence hides a lie, MindsEye might be your next obsession. And if you're one of those players who grew up roaming Los Santos or galloping through New Austin, ask yourself this: what if the man behind those worlds finally made one for himself? Have you ever followed a developer into the unknown just to see where they'd lead you? Tell us your story. We're listening.